Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm feeling a little lackluster, like I don't really want to do anything. It's really blustery outside, so I think I want to go out there and just sit in a chair and read. Don't you just have those type of feelings? You just want to go read or watch TV. I do have some Expedition Bigfoot to catch up on. Okay, so I picked out my dewdrops, guys. I need to get some more of these different things. These are basically almost the same in both. One's washi and then one's a pop out, like a die cut. So I think I'm going to work around like a book page because of the reading aspect. There's a few pieces in here that are like pieces of book. So I'm going to probably pick a few of those out. I might go out there with a hot drink, so I may pick out the coffee and the mug here. And maybe the little girl with the mug. So I'm going to get the genealogy journal out. Well, I thank you for coming to visit. Thank you for coming by. We are going to use some collage medium today. I'm going to use a couple of new little products that I get. There's some Lindy's Magical Sprinkles. And my Lunar paste finally came in. I want to try that. And so, let's get some of that out of the way. And open this baby up. I've been working on the census. It cooks my brain sometimes to work on that census, because each year they're different. I can't find the same people in the same spot. I don't know if they moved around for jobs or what was going on. Now this picture, who had this picture? I think my aunt Lucy had this picture, and it's picture taken D and Idabelle. And Idabelle's my grandma's oldest sister. And Effie, which was the next sister down, the next oldest. And so I guess she was a witness, or they just put her in a photo with them. I'm not sure what was going on. At this time, I don't think he was into photography, because this is the picture taken D I'm always talking about. So at this point, I think he went off to see if he wanted to be a lawyer. One of his half-brothers, much older than him, was already a lawyer. So he took off to practice law with him for a year to see if he was into it. Did not like it whatsoever. So he came back, and somehow he got mixed up with, I think, somebody in Portsmouth, Ohio, right above the Ohio River. And he taught him how to do the photography or something, I believe is how that worked out. And so, a story from my cousin Bobby Salmons. D. Markham and his son Roy were using a pump car for transportation on the railroad tracks near Kermit. Oh my gosh. They went into a tunnel, and a train came in behind them. They started pumping for all they were worth, got through the tunnel, and then threw the car off the track. Roy had went in singing Casey Jones, and when he came out, he was reciting the Lord's Prayer. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I called him and talked to him a few times, and then he talked to me at the reunions certain years, so I got some good stuff from Cousin Bobby. I was told that this was Ida's and Dee's wedding photo. That was Christmas Eve, 1901. They got married at their dad's, Fred Salmon's. That's my great granddad. I love his. It looks like a velvet kind of a bib that's on Effie's dress. I love that. I had thought that Dee first saw Idabelle when he took the photo of the Salmon's family group on the previous page, but I don't even think he was practicing that back then, so that wouldn't have been the case. But Ella May, who is a granddaughter, said that they first met when Dee saw Ida walking home from the store. He started flirting with her, and immediately came a calling. And then Ella May also told me this story. She said when grandfather D. Markham, he went off to study law for a year. Oh, okay, with his brother Jim. He found out it wasn't for him, picked up photography instead. He liked it much better. He used to develop his photos inside the house in a dark room. He'd put them in a solution, and then when he needed to rinse them off, he'd take them outside and rinse them in the cold running creek. That's good for the people down the river, down the creek. He only did this late at night when it was totally dark outside. They always came out perfect and never faded over the years. Okay, so next page has, this is Fred and Polly Salmons. This is the Fred that she's talking about over here. Dee would take, a lot of the family photos over the years once he started. Now, this is a colorized version of someone else's wedding photo of them. He looks much older and much soberer. This over here looks kind of drunk. This looks similar to her, but not quite. So this must have been a drawing. I can only assume it was a drawing, because it doesn't look quite like the original that I have. So what happened was Ella May, who is this lady right here, went and took certain sets of the family. This is her parents, and oh, I can't see those, can you? This is her parents, which is Milton Roy and Ada Gilman. Milton Roy Markham and Ada Gilman. So she had this photo, and then she had Milton Roy's parents, who are Idabelle and Dee. And then this is Idabelle's parents, and this is Dee's parents. She had all of these taken, and they were all black and whites, and sent off and had them colorized. As you can see, this is the photo here that they used for this one. So they're setting apart in this original photo, and then they repositioned them here because she's got the same tilt to the head, and he's just looking straight on. Now this one, I believe, is where they got this photo for Fred and Polly, and then it looks pretty much right on the money. So that's why I put those little inserts in here. Well, anyway, I thought that was really interesting. I'd never realized you could do that before Photoshop. Get a photo colorized and stuff. Although my dad had a little 3x5 photo that was taken of him on like a walkway when he was in the service. He was off at boot camp or something. Anyhow, he had a little tiny photo taken, and he sent it home to Grandma Rhoda, and she sent it off and sent it to Dee and had him enlarge it, and he also took it and colorized it as well. And he put it on some kind of a weird kind of a metal frame. It was like just almost like a rectangle made out of metal, and it was kind of bent backwards and rounded at the back and top and bottom. So it was the shape of a frame in a way. And it was treated on the top with like paint or something. And then the photo was on it. And it was totally shellacked all the way to the nines. It was shellacked. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I had never seen anybody do a photo like that before. But if anybody could have done it, would have been Dee. I mean, he was the one that was taking pictures from over in West Virginia and sending them to the family once they traveled and came over to Virginia. I mean, one of them, I don't know if it beat them over here or or what. So it was interesting. He was writing to my grandma, called her sis, and it was one of my clues on kind of when I knew they came over. All right, so we're just going to kind of rip a few little shapes here and there. They don't have to be perfect. This dry old paper just wants to do what it wants to do. This is probably one of my Jurassic Park books. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to glue these down. Now I had somebody that was just Elma. I'm going to butcher your name, I'm sure, but anyway. So let me just bypass that. So she was saying that she always got nervous when she got to doing any kind of mixed media. And so I said, well, just start out slow. Sometimes you can just do one thing that's mixed media and then work yourself up from there. It doesn't have to be like me where I'm just piddling. I've been doing mixed media for a while, so you know it's becoming to be easier for me. It's not always easier. Sometimes it doesn't turn out. Sometimes I put the wrong layer somewhere or things like that, but I just kind of like to experiment, so I just started doing it and grabbing me a few little things along the way that I always wanted to try. Like, let's say I wanted to heat emboss. I'd never had heat emboss before, and I wanted to try doing that. So I got me some pieces and parts to do that with. But it's just, you know, you can use things you can have around the house. Like this. I'm using book page today. And so that could be part of your mixed media spread that you might be doing. Now, if you don't have this type of collage medium like I'm using, just use some Mod Podge. Or possibly, if you're not going to add any liquid to this, you could just use regular old glue. I mean, I'm going to put some of the magicals on here, so I know I got to add a little bit of liquid to make them spread. I've never used them, but I've always wanted to. See, that's another thing I'm going to get into where I had never tried it before, but I want to. I want to see how it works. I want to see if I like it. And then if you find out you like something, you might want to go more in depth with, you know, buying this and that for it. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and play and put a little bit more. I could use up the rest of this container of glue. I've been working on it for a while. I got a new one over there ready to go. But I might pile me a few layers up here. And now that I've got it all kind of covered, I can go over certain other parts of it. I'm trying to almost, I saw somebody doing something where they got a nice, kind of a different effect where they went over it, I think, with some ink. They went over it with something, and they got kind of a really cool layered effect. That was probably my lady I'm always watching, Vicky. I think it was her that did it. And you never know what all is actually going to be seen. That's like Vicky was saying. Some of her stuff, you know, some of it might get covered up, but she just enjoys the process of the layering and the creating. So if you cover something up, don't feel bad about it. It lived a short life and had fun. So, oh, you get to give it a little bit of love, because, you know, this book page, nobody's going to really be doing anything with this book page. All right, let's see. Am I going to put that up here? Why not? Let's see what I got here. I'm going to have to really soak this poor little brush as well. All right. I think that's good. I almost used that whole page. And then you can always use the outside edges for your stamping. So I do have a bunch in a jar close to me that need to be used. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. I was just smoothing out some wrinkles. And this was the matte variety that I used here. All right, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. All right, and just for the fun of it, this is still a little wet. I've got a little bit of goodie here that I'm going to actually just sprinkle on here, and we're going to see if it's going to stick. It may be, you know, something I didn't really need because I've already got the Lindy's that's going to go on here, but then the Lindy's might add to this. We're just going to see. I just wanted to play and use up some of this. This was from the last time I did, what did I use that glitter, gold glitter on? I think it was in my other art journal, the big one. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to knock off the excess. And I'm going to hit with the dryer real quick. All right, let's pinch out our little people here and items I want to use, and we're going to kind of position them on here to see where I want everything to go. I really would like to have her on something. I do like how this turned out. It's a little warped, but I think it's okay. Let me put this brown twig in here just for something. I kind of wondered about putting one of the photo frames. Now I got a big old photo frame in here, but I don't know if it's going to catch all of her. That's the problem. And then I do have a big blue one here. Maybe I'll use this blue one. I think I like a little bit of difference here. I've got mostly everything's brown, but then her coat is a pretty blue. So let's see about that. They're pretty easy to pop out. I'm just trying with these little skinny areas. Just try not to overdo it and make it a shape it's not supposed to be. Alright, so I'm wondering about something like that. I don't know. I was trying to hide the base of her somehow. But we do have some pretty flowers we could possibly put down below her. Like, oh yeah, like that. That might be nice. Instead of the branch, I can put the branch somewhere else. Maybe in this one, maybe somewhere in another. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Hoping I had another one here. So yeah, we'll get in here like that. And that'll be her base. I love those purpley tones there. Alright, I had pinks, but that's alright. I want to use my cup, since I got my coffee cup. Maybe we'll use a little frame with that. That might work. I saw somebody else doing that. Maybe Vicky. I don't know about using that. I would like to use some of these little guys here, though. The little tickets. Don't worry, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to find me and buy me some more of these. I really like working with them. They're really cute. I like those pine cones, too. Could be we use some pine cones. Now, oh, where's the big one? I want the big frame because I am going to use that. And I got a blue little plant on here. So, that will work. Can pop this out and maybe use it. And then get all kinds of little goodies in here to pop out. Like here's all of that. That's trash. And there's one more little piece right here. All right. So I'm going to, maybe I'll have this just coming in from the top or something, because then it would give me something up there. And then I'm hoping to have this right here, and then the little cup can sit there, and maybe a couple of the tickets, maybe. Or maybe the tickets down here, and I can find something else up there with her. Yeah, that kind of looks good. What else? We do need a saying, so maybe I can have a saying that's going across there. I've got remember there. I've got happy here. And what else do we have? Back here we have all kinds of stuff. Ah, I think I found the perfect one. Embrace the chill, find the warmth within. I mean, it's still pretty cold here. Not too cold, but cold enough. We got the wind blowing like it's March winds out there again. I think it's supposed to be blowing in more snow. It's a goody goody, right? All right, so yeah, I'll have this, and I'll probably cut it in half right there at the chill and the find. All right, so let's put that up there. And I don't know if I'm going to use that pink flower. So let me find something else. All right, so I know about where I want everything, so I'm just going to pull it off. And I'm going to get in here with my Lindy's and maybe some of my other Lunar paste and try it out on this background. Collage medium I don't need anymore. I'm going to get in here, and I think you're supposed to sprinkle it and then spray. Does it say anything? To use, shake, sprinkle, or paint on anything porous. Mix with art mediums and lots more techniques at a certain place. Okay. So, guess you gotta pop the little top, and it gives you a shaker like a spice. Oh, no. I don't want to pull the whole thing off. I'm trying just to lift that little lid right there. Whew, didn't want to come out. Okay, let's see how this is supposed to work. Let me get my spray bottle. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to... Ooh, I don't think I'm supposed to be sprinkling that much. Around this outside edge, I think I'm going to mostly try it because that's where I really don't have anything. All right, let's see what that does. Oh, okay. And you're supposed to spray it, and it's supposed to run. Oh, well, am I not spraying it correctly? I can see I need more practice with this. Maybe I'm supposed to put the water on first and then spray it. Oh, I'll have to ask Jody. I know she uses these a lot. But it gives me a little bit of a color around the outside edge. Oh, I got a whole bunch right there. Let's just wiggle it with my finger, and then I'm going to get in here and actually sprinkle a little and see what she does. We'll try it both ways. All right. Can I get the lid off? And then let's see. Well, I really don't know. I always know Lindy's was supposed to be one of the better ones for this type of stuff. It sure looks like you're supposed to spray it afterward. And it's supposed to explode or something. You know, from my understanding. Okay, that'll be something that requires more practice. Remember me saying, sometimes it doesn't work the way I think it's supposed to work. Oh, I got the lights blinking. I hope they don't go out the way this wind is blowing. All right, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to start drying this real quick. Okay, now this is called Simon Hurley Lunar Paste, and it's Roar is the color. It's by Ranger. You are supposed to, it's a creamy and colorful paste with metallic shine. Apply through stencils with a palette knife or definition, or apply to a thin layer. So maybe we'll put it through a stencil. Okay, I think I'll just use this stencil that I've had for ages, and I don't know where I ever got it. I've had it that long. Probably had it in my teens. But since I have like a square, kind of a Polaroid outline, a square might go well to reflect with this. And I'm going to go at sort of the little small one. See how shiny that is? Isn't that pretty? I don't know if I'm going to need more in this or not. I'm going to go up in this corner and just smooth a little bit down. Hopefully it does it it doesn't seep through, hopefully. No, it didn't. Not really. That one sort of did. Let me wipe him off real quick. All right. Maybe I put too much on. Who knows? It's really creamy, and I don't know if that's the reason it's kind of coming through. I used to have these pastes that were glitter paste that was by Martha Stewart. I got them at the Michaels right when they were going out. They were clearance, so I got a bunch of them, and I really, really liked how they worked. I'm trying to remember what I have down in here. All right. I don't think I have too much of anything. And then we're going to go over here to this lower corner. So I only need a little bit. I can hear that. Can you hear that wind? Boy, it is blowing like crazy out there. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to mess with the power later or not. More than likely it will. I want a little bit more of that. Maybe I'll get some up here. It's so creamy, it kind of, if it was a little thicker, it would, you know, go further. It would spread further, is what I'm thinking. Well, I was watching me a movie last night. I've seen it forever, and I fell asleep, so it's a good thing. Oh, that one smeared a little bit. It was called Knowing, the one with, is it Nicolas Cage? But yeah, it's kind of a cool one. Of course, it's about aliens, you know. I gotta watch something about aliens. But it's got a good base of storyline. Who else out there is sci-fi connoisseurs like me? Now, I really think that a good sci-fi movie, it could be filmed as a, you know, cheaper film, but if it has a great storyline, it goes a long, long way. And this one, it was based on the concept of this girl that was hearing the voices of these aliens who look like angels at the end. And it was the four of them, like the horses of the apocalypse or something. And anyway, so the storyline goes that the little girl wrote all these numbers down on a piece of paper, front and back, and they put it in a time capsule that stayed in for 50 years. And then when it come out, this little boy got the one the little girl had written. And so all he was getting was all of these numbers, and everybody else got pictures of spaceships and stuff like that. You know, everybody got a drawing, this one little boy says. And he said, all you got was numbers. How boring. But so they didn't really know what it meant. And about everybody had already died or whatever that knew about the lady. She'd already passed away. And the one teacher was still alive. So they start to try to figure out what was going on. The little teacher, she was so old she didn't remember anything. But what happened? Oh, there goes the lights. Flickering. Oh, great. Can you see it? The lights are going out. They're coming on and going off. Oh, no. Oh, no. I know it was going to happen. I've got my Halo charged out there, so if I needed it to watch anything else with my phone, I could do that. I'm trying to, how did I want to do this? I think that was supposed to come in from the side. Okay. Oh, I got one little thing to pop out here. But anyhow, the guy, I forget how he figured it out. Well, he put a cup on there. That's right. Just like this. He puts a cup down, and it made a ring on the paper. And he had just had it to the side, you know, where he wasn't really looking at it at that point. Then when he tries to clean off where the actual stain went. And you know, I should have used that on here with this cup. I wonder if we can still fill that in. Let's do that. I need a little stamping on here after all. But yeah, he finds out that it has the death date of his wife, the little boy's mother. And then it had a number after that, after the date, and that was how many was killed in that occurrence. Because she was in something where there was hundreds of people that had died. I forget what it was. So then there was numbers after that in between each of the date systems, and nobody knew what those meant. This guy, he worked at an observatory and had, you know, like they looked at solar flares and things like that. So the other guy, he said he was just trying to piece things together. He was, you know, hallucinating or something. And he said that he didn't know. Well, he said, well, what do all these other numbers mean that's in between? And he really didn't know. But there was something that was going to happen on this date of a day, like a couple of days away. Well, that was the day he had to go pick up his son. He's late. He's at this interstate where there's some kind of an accident that's happened, holding up traffic. Well, he gets out to go see what's going on, and all of a sudden overhead of him, this airplane is coming down. It's coming down, and it's crashing. And that's how he figured out it's longitude and latitude. So anyway, so it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it and you're a sci-fi fanatic, it's a really, really good movie. All right, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to try to find my rings. I was just getting ready to turn this on. The lights went off again. All right, I got this Bow Bunny kit, terrific textures, and we're going to use this one right here. It is a ring. This is the last thing I'm going to add, and then I got to put my goodies on here because I'm not sure the lights are going to stay on. So we're going to use the scorched timber here, and I think the only light I got working is what's coming in the window and what is actually coming out of my camera. Yeah, I don't need it to be very much to this. Let me see if I can get it to be right over here in this corner. Oh, that'll work. Yeah. And then you can do like a double together, like Vicky always does. Because she said you want to work in clusters sometimes. You can come in off of the page and that kind of thing. Like up here, we'll come in off of the page. I think that'll work. I don't need too many, just enough to give you the impression of what that is. So, I just got my computer all set up with all my censuses lined up at the top on Ancestry, because we got a Smart Talk box out there that actually gives us the internet now for a very good price. I can't remember what he said, but it's a really, really good price. We're usually paying $90 a month through Verizon, and this is a whole lot cheaper. I'm going to move you a little closer since the light is a little off. It's got to work off of my phone here. And these, remember, are two-sided. Rats. Okay, I dropped it. So these are two-sided. You can choose which way it's going to go. And there we go. So yes, I was very happy, but I fell asleep about the time that everything was getting down to the nitty-gritty at the end. I've been falling asleep at the end of all these great movies lately. Oh, I just don't know. I don't know. Now, see, I didn't glue it all the way down, but I don't know that I need to. This is in an art journal for me. And actually, these treated surfaces, it might be better to use a thicker glue, maybe a fabric tack, but I think they'll stick. Now, there was a few little things in the washi stickers. Now see, like this one, and I'm wondering about using that, if it'll actually work, over maybe some areas that got a lot of, yeah, she's going to go there. Yeah, she goes here. And then this goes kind of here. Ooh, I hear the doors and everything else is having a cow out there. Yeah, this will go up here, but I wouldn't mind having, maybe that could go across in the inside in there. Let's do that. How about that? I'll try to cut off as much of this as I can. Taking too much of my time. Hopefully this will stick down. That's the thing. I don't know if it will with all this stuff in the background. Let's see if we could do that. Put a little bit more on here. Okay. Now, I think it was about right here. I don't know that it's really hiding. It's not really showing it's showing through because it's washi. Well, I guess that means I don't need to worry about the other ones because they're not going to do what I was hoping it would do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get this down up at the top. Put a big dollop of glue in the center in there. Maybe that'll do the best job for me. So I'm going to come across here. I did want to put this over top, I think, of that. I think I was. Okay. So let me get this down first. Okay. She seems to have like a book that comes out every so often, and she says that a lot of her stuff, especially her stencils and things, sell out really, really fast. So I don't know what her latest book was. She does a lot of artwork for Stamperia. All right, let's see. Let's do like that. And then we're going to have a pretty little girl right here. She's going to kind of go down a little lower than usual. All right. About right here. And then she's going to have her little flowers at the base of her. Let's see. Let's put this one down first since he's a sideways. I've got that Lindy stuff everywhere, y'all. It's all over my pieces here that was over there because I was kind of blow drying it that way. But they went everywhere. Oh, I definitely need to find something. Let me put this other one down first. Find something that's going to explain how to use that. Either I'll get Jody to help me, Jody Lewis, or someone else that may know more about these things. Okay. Got one more flower. Guess I'll be turning all of my stuff off on my computer so I can turn it off. Okay, and then we're going to put our cup in here. Yep. I think I'll put it this way. I think I'd rather have it that way, where the handle's pointed toward her. Okay. And that adds our blue a little further over on this side of the page as well. Okay, then we're going to put our tickets down. And we're going to stick one kind of here. I could have stuck it up underneath there. Probably should have. So we'll do that. And then we'll pop out one kind of under there, I think. It's got a little hole in it. Kind of cute. Alright. We'll just kind of stick it that way. Now, see if we can get all this stuff to stick down, though. I've still got the saying to put on here. And embrace the chill. And I'm not going to do anything else to it. I gotta save my phone. Embrace the chill. I'll stick that right here. I think it being white kind of really makes it stand out as well, because of all of the background being colored. All right. I'll see about making that even right there. Okay, everyone, we are done. I did want to show you real quick what I've got done on the antique journal. It's not much. I'm moving really slow with it. I had to work on it a little bit more that I wanted to do with it. Let me show you this real quick. Okay, here's what we got done. Our lunar paste is really showing behind there. I really like that pop of color. It needed a little more color. Plus you've got the browns working in here. You got the golds. And you've got the little girl with her mug of cocoa or coffee. And our spill marks really go along with that. I should have put one right there in the center though, but I didn't. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that, what we showed today. And let me show you what I got. All I did was I had to get in here and put a, I had these two pad covers. One was for a couple of drawing pads that I had. So I got in here. Can you see it? Is it going to focus? See this one real thick piece that I put in here? I've got hair and everything stuck to my fingers. But I stuck that in here so it would kind of give this thing extra strength, because it was curling. It was bowing this way, and I didn't want it to do like that on both pages, or both front and back. And then here is the piece that I chose to go inside, since it had a dress form and it sort of has the same color tones. I went around the outside of it with some Distress ink, Scorched Timber, and see, it's kind of got the same pinks that's out here. It's got a little green, and yeah, so I really like that. Now I still have to put my little piece of material along the spine here, and then the outside is done. It's totally done. And then this, I doubt if I'm going to do a pocket, but I may do like a little tuck area or something down in here, and possibly some kind of a side tuck for the back side, maybe something along those lines. But all right, I hope you got, look at this stuff is everywhere. It's all over my counter now, and I don't know whether that was from the Lindy's or from the that glitter embossing powder that I used. All right, everybody, thank you for coming to visit, all my our subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.